You are now listening to OnOne Radio, the talk show podcast station, bringing you Tony on One podcast with open discussions, hot topics, as well as information, daily health, as well as your news report. All information and resources are based on the opinions of the host, unless otherwise noted. This podcast may contain some quotations, images, and/or excerpts from copyrighted material. These uses fall well within the copyright doctrine of fair use. All information is intended to motivate, encourage, and inspire positive change and a healthier lifestyle. Welcome to Tony on One podcast. Hi and welcome. This is Tony on One podcast, and I am Tony on One Williams. Thank you for taking the time to tune in to my podcast. Much love and respect goes out to you all. Now, today we will be talking about today in the news, health, and BS of the day. A lot is going on, and life happens, and it keeps happening. So there's always so much to talk about what's going on, and it's great to stay in the know. So like, subscribe, and follow. So let's begin with our daily health. This is daily health. Maintaining a healthy weight and lifestyle is one of the most important goals for every human being. We want to live long and just be happy and healthy. So today for daily health, I have some health tips for you to help in your weight loss goals or journey or diet. I can't stand the word diet. It just makes my flesh crawl. I don't know about you, but I feel that way about it. But these are your health tips on maintaining a healthy weight. Try for at least 100 minutes of exercise per week. You can break that down however you choose to. Keep a health and fitness journal. There are so many apps out there. You can definitely get one for that, and it will keep your journey kind of together and keep you on track. Try to avoid processed foods. I know that is one that's for the books there. With all the prices of food and everything going up, the cheapest items are the processed foods, but there are ways around that, and just try to avoid those processed foods as much as possible. You can grow a garden, all types of things. Take in more protein. There's a lot of protein bars and drinks and supplements, and there are all sorts of things out there for you to help you take in more protein. Stock up on healthy snacks. Now that's a really big one, and that definitely helps to keep you on track. And if you're in a family and it's more than just you, stocking up on those healthy snacks can help your entire family. Because if one person falls off the wagon in a family setting, it kind of flows to everyone else too, and then you're back where you started. So stock up on healthy snacks. Try losing a pound or two as a start. And I say this because a lot of people put so much pressure on themselves. They start out with this huge, unreachable goal or unrealistic goal of losing 30, 40 pounds within a couple of weeks, and that's just too much pressure. And for some, that can lead you to eating more, depression, and so many other things. Next is eat at a slower pace. I know. Time management is key here. Take your time eating that way. It helps your digestive system for one, and it can help with portion control. Because when you eat a little slower, you tend to be like, okay, well, I'm kind of noticing I'm not stuffed. I feel my food. I kind of feel satisfied. And you look down at your plate and you're like, okay, I still got a little bit to go. Well, you know what? I'm going to stop it there. So eating at a slower pace definitely keeps it on your mind, and you can kind of see how much you're eating, when you're eating, and readjust as necessary your routine. Now, next, don't judge yourself so harshly. Now, that's what I'm talking about on the trying to lose a pound or two as a start. We can be our own worst enemies, critics, whatever you want to call it. So try not to be so hard on yourself. It will make things a little easier for you. Treat yourself to a spa day. You don't have to go out to a spa unless you just want to. Something you can do at home and can kind of calm the nerves and the anxiety. And that'll kind of keep you away from emotional eating of sorts. Also, meditate daily or weekly. That helps with every part of the body. So it can definitely help when trying to maintain a healthy weight and lifestyle. Next, make no comparisons. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. That's too much pressure. And you'll mess around and hurt your own feelings and throw the whole ship off course. We don't want that. Get more quality sleep hours. Trust me, it helps. The more rest you get, the less irritable you are, the less likely you're going to be in a bad mood and don't feel like cooking or scheduling your meals for the day or even preparing healthy meals. Also, add more green leafy vegetables to your meals. Eat more vegetables than your portion of meat. Yes, more leafy vegetables to your meals. It helps. Also, warm up before exercise. Cannot stress that enough, so you do not hurt yourself and hinder your progress. Cook more, eat out less. 3 reasons there. You're going to save some money. You determine what you're putting in your body and how much, you're putting on your plate. And 3, it's quality bonding time with family, which can make cooking more fun, and you can take that time to teach the children how to eat better as well as cook for themselves. So it's good for the entire family on that. Set a goal to eat 5 servings of vegetables and fruits every day. That goes back to the meal planning and preparation. That's another one. That can help you maintain your goal of healthy weight loss. You have been listening to Daily Health News Report. Current events, issues, and the headlines. In the news today. Okay, so everyone has been going back and forth with Google over so many things. Well, once again, Google is in the news for something a little different that affects pretty much everyone, not just iPhone users, okay? So, what am I talking about? Keyword warrants. Yes, I said keyword warrants, which brings up a privacy issue. Yes, again with Google, privacy issues. So, privacy isn't really private anymore, is it? And it's kind of been that way for a while. Now, allegedly, secret keyword warrants is supposedly what United States of America government has reportedly been using to gain information from Google. What? Yes. So, why and for who? Is it for everyone? Is this something general? Well, it is for those who look up certain phrases and names. Now, this secret method has been in use to search for criminals for years, apparently. If, in fact, that is the only use for keyword warrants, we shouldn't worry, right? Maybe. But innocent people have been getting caught up before on every other front and had no clue as to what was going on. So, yeah, no, this isn't comforting at all. I don't know about you, but it's not comforting for me. Now, there is growing concern already over privacy, so is concern for innocent internet users. Well, who could unknowingly and erroneously become involved in major criminal investigations based off what? What we looked up? Not even knowing what's going on? That's a little bit scary. So, here's the thing. Google was asked to give up info, and they did. They gave up IP addresses, account names, and cookie IDs for users who searched for the keywords that have been on the warrants list in an ongoing investigation. So this is happening, people. Google's search history database enables police to identify people based on what you search, on what you might be thinking about or thought about in the past or even present. What do you guys think of this secret method? Now, this secret method threatens First Amendment of everyone and is surely something that the public has a right to be aware of. Could you guys imagine this? You look up something pertaining to something else, like I'll take myself for example. I'm a podcaster, so I look up so many different things, words, to look up stories and to see what's going on that I might use on my podcast. So, could it be possible for me to get in trouble for something like this, and it's only for podcasting with no intent to do anything to anybody or what have you? So it is of great concern, and I want you all to know about this. This is what's in the news today. Keyword warrants. How do you all feel about this secret method? Let me know. This has been your news report. The current events, issues, and headlines.
Who the hell? What the hell? That's some bullshit. You big dummy. Bullshit of the day.
Okay, BS of the day. Can this not always be so jacked up? But of course it is BS of the day. So for today we have 8th grade teacher in North Carolina who taught in a very inappropriate way a lesson on the Constitution. As a matter of fact, on apparently Constitutional Day. Intriguing, right? Well, the publicly unidentified teacher at Winterville Charter Academy instructed her black students to raise their hands, and at which point stated if it weren't for the Constitution, they'd be her field slaves. When does this type of shit end? Like, really, that is some BS. If it weren't for the Constitution, they'd be her field slaves. You're talking to 8th grade students. But here's the kicker. This isn't the first racial incident to take place with the same teacher at the same school. On another occasion, a white student called a black student a monkey. That black student informed him that it was racist, and he set boundaries by stating that he didn't like it and not to call him that again. Now, looking for assistance from his teacher, he instead received her saying, "Oh, it's okay. We're all a little bit racist." Now, later on that same day, on that incident, the black student called his white classmate a cracker. The teacher threatened the black child with disciplinary measures. It's like BS on top of BS on top of BS with this one. Now, the principal for the Charter Academy, Principal Anastasia Ryan, released a statement that the English teacher turned in her resignation and that it was accepted that the educator will not be returning on that campus. Well, hopefully she won't be on anybody else's campus either. Okay, so my opinion on this, she should lose her teaching license. Anytime you use that type of power and authority to abuse your students, you should lose your license. And why is she publicly unidentified when in every other situation of other race, colors, and creeds, soon as something happened, their name and face is plastered everywhere. Oh, the shade. Oh, the injustice. This is definitely some bullshit.
Who the hell? What the hell? That's some bullshit. You big dummy. Bullshit of the day.
Listener's voice. Listeners are encouraged and welcome to call in live at 318-315-3971. Phone calls may be monitored and recorded for quality, safety, and recording purposes. Your continued participation in that telephone call serves as express consent to be monitored or recorded. You can also send in your voice clips. You can inbox the radio station Facebook page as well as email TON, the number 1, RADIOSTATION @gmail.com. That's TON1 radio station @gmail.com. TON Radio, the talk show podcast station, where we're on one, and so are our listeners. You have been listening to Tony on One podcast, brought to you by TON1 Radio, the talk show podcast station. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my talk show. I wish you the best, and don't allow anyone to fuck up your vibes. I've been your host, Tony Williams.